And video number 3 of today's videos. Um, Talked about hardware, the last videos, the Sony topics, um, video games in general, and the last thing I want to talk about hardware. In the last videos, I talked about if I would buy new video game hardware, it would be an Xbox because hardware prices are going through the roof right now in 2026. RAM prices, AI bubble, etc., etc. And yeah, good thing. Yeah, I now have a computer with GTX 1060. It's still sufficient for my stuff, for my old games. And because yeah, which are pros for the PC, of course. I have I'm writing myself a batch script where I copy my saves of my video games for my PC games. So I even today, 20 years later, I still play on the save games. Maybe, for example, Rainbow Six Wave and Shield. I still have my saves from 20 years ago, and yeah, it's quite a thing you only can do with a platform like the PC. Or with the PlayStation 1 when you have the old memory cards, I guess. But let's be for real. And on the PC compared to console, yeah, you have in the current generation with Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, you have quite some options for graphic setting, like motion blur. You can turn it off, but not in every game. And on Xbox Series X, especially, for example, you can't turn off motion blur in Dark Souls 3. And for me, motion blur, it's a topic I hate motion blur. I get headaches from it. It's not my cup of tea. And especially on console PlayStation 3 generation, Xbox 360, it's a big topic where vertical sync, VSync. Back then, I played some friends play games on their 360, and there was so much tearing. For me, as a PC only player back then, for me it was a no-go. I Playing without VSync, it's you get headaches. Also I get headaches, and yeah, on a PC you really have the option to yeah set up the graphic settings. And another big thing is since I play with the Xbox Elite controller, and the background controller, you have these those pedals, so you can up to 4 buttons on the back. I only just use 2, and I always use it. Yeah. I many, for example, when I playing games like Resident Evil 4, you're running around and you want to collect stuff, you always have to press A on the face buttons. But I like to put it on the back, just running around, not lifting the finger from the right thumb off of the thumbstick, and I can collect it with just pressing my finger in the back panel and collect the thing. And I like to put on the left panel on the back the one function, because you have to pay shoulder buttons to one, or pressing in the left analog stick, and I really don't like it. And you really have a more smooth video games experience. And I don't like to play video games without also the current gen title like Resident Evil 4 Remake. Um, yeah, I really like to use the Elite controller with the pedals. The new games, like said in another video, I like to watch video games being played. Let's plays comes to mind. And Resident Evil Requiem, I watched at first at Ruga. It's a Let's Player here in Germany. And the thing is, you can watch a game. If you are tired, I really like to watch a game and not play it because when you have a long day in the office or at work, you are not feeling every time to play a game. And watching a game, for me, it's quite entertaining. And yeah, now I'm sitting at home, have my MacBook um, and on the white my tea and watching another Let's Play of Resident Evil Requiem. Not just Bugas, there are a lot of great Let's Players. And yeah, enjoying watching another people playing New Game Plus, for example. And the thing is, those Let's Players who are doing this professional, I guess they earn their money by that. So, back again. Yeah, those professional Let's Players, they have the big PC rigs, current gen hardware, a lot of CPU cores, the latest graphics cards. And of course, they are doing it professional, they can afford it. Because if it's your profession, then you have to yeah, provide for hardware. It's like for me as a photographer, my camera, it's not a cheap one, but I know why I have this kind of camera because pictures are on a whole another level, so to say. And the same is on the PC hardware market for the Let's Players. And I can sit at home, watch YouTube. I can enjoy these new games with hardware from by the streamers, and yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really thankful for that. Yeah, sitting at home enjoying the Let's Plays, and so I'm not sad about so I can't play for myself Resident Evil Requiem nowadays for myself. Later, I guess the AI bubble will burst, hardware prices will come down, but I guess it takes a little bit longer than everyone thought. But new hardware will cost a little bit less year by year, and someday we will be able to afford new hardware. And no, I don't want to support the hardware market. I love to watch Let's Plays. And yeah, even especially when I do some lame topics on PC, doing office stuff, copy pasting, so to say, work. I like to run a video in the background and just listening to some Let's Play, and yeah, it's quite fun. Yeah, post audit. What I wanted to say, if I would buy a new hardware, it would be PC, not Xbox. But because of Let's Plays, it's just watching Let's Plays, so no more new hardware for me. Yeah, I guess third video was the shortest one. I guess I talked about most of the things in the first and second one. And just in general, video games, it's a quite difficult time. But when you are intelligent, you will find a way to enjoy this media. You don't have to enjoy everything. And especially fear of missing out, the FOMO stuff. If you are affected by FOMO, fear of missing out, then I would question life in general myself. It's just entertainment, it's just video games, and it should not be this big of a role in your life. There are a lot of things which are way more important in life than entertainment. Of course, entertainment is important because it's a way to escape the daily life, no question asked. And it develops our brain function. It's a good thing to play games, our brain is a muscle and which have to be triggered, train it, and video games are important. Video games are an art form. Video games are entertainment and are a media. It's another media than books or movies, but it's an important media, and it's the first media where you are able to change things in real time. On a book, you are passive, you are just reading. In movies, you are just passive, you are just watching the movie. Video games is the first medium where you can change things in real time. Of course, you had books back then where you have your change your route books story. It's kinda change, choosing your path, so to say, but it's not. Video games are, it's its own thing, and it's sad seeing the medium going down the pipe. Because big companies, it costs so much to develop AAA video games. I am happy for the indie market, and as long as we have the indie market, everything will be fine, I guess. And again, guys, if the Sony servers are down, or Xbox or Nintendo or whatever, and you can't play your games, you are choosing your own attitude. If you can't play a game, yes, so be it. If you're a retro gamer, set up your gaming environment for your classics, for your video games, and don't cry about it, especially when you're a grown man. I guess enough said about this topic, because the whole weeks since the Sony debacle, which started start of July in 2026, where Sony did announce no more physical media coming up for 2028 and upwards. Media is changing. Go with the flow or don't. If you don't complain. And don't take it too seriously. It's just video games. And I like playing my retro games. No one takes them away. I can play them, even if the company says, hey, the servers are down. And you have to be aware of that. You have to be aware, for example, Resident Evil Requiem, the 9th title. If it's only available on online platform and you can't play them when the service is down, you have to be aware of that. It's not the gaming as back then when I played Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation 1. Those are totally different medias, and you have to be aware of that. Gaming is not as back then 30 years ago. And people are forgetting that. Yeah. Um, I don't want to talk about this topic anymore. No, I'm going home, doing some photo stuff, editing these videos, of course, and yeah, I am just annoyed. Nothing more to say. Okay, bye guys.